Hello everyone, my name is Drew Hopper, and today I will be going to be answering questions for you based on my YouTube videos from the past 2.5 years, and I'm going to be answering questions from my teacher, Mr. Beamstabor. Here he is.
Now Drew, now that you have proven you don't use scripts, are you aware that you could be a train wreck?
Well, you see, that's kind of a big deal, and, to tell you the truth, since September 11th, 2012, when James and I first posted our first video, we have not used scripts, and that was, all the way up until, I think, maybe December, as of right now, 2013, and it was just up until, now that we finally, use scripts, and, I think that if I don't use scripts soon, and if we don't use them more, then yes, I do appear to be saying that I might be the next train wreck, because I can't seem to be, accomplishing enough to, make this, or make my videos better, so it's this concept of where I'm trying to, accomplish a lot of things, but I don't want to, make my videos bad like they were before,
Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that your fans like your videos?
That is a very good question. I think that half of them do and another half of them don't.
Okay.
Maybe the people that don't like my videos, it's probably because we've had kind of mistakes, kind of people walking in onto the set and while we're filming, and we've had people talking in the background when we can't necessarily hear ourselves speaking, James and I speaking when we're trying to do a critic review or something like that, and there's people talking in the background. Yeah, that's one thing that we need to start working on, because we can't, and that's something that we need to get more focused on, make sure that there's nobody around the area while we're filming, otherwise then they could mess up the clip, or mess up the video itself.
So you believe they do like your videos though?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that would change now that you use scripts?
Yes, matter of fact I do, because before we didn't use scripts, I got a lot of complaints about how people didn't necessarily like my videos, because there was so many bad scenes when people were walking in and all that. But I think that now, since we are using the scripts more often, and we probably will for forever now, I think that yes, our videos will get better than they already will be. So.
So Drew, you've accomplished so much since your first year posting videos on YouTube, but your parents don't want you to make any more YouTube videos. Why do you think that is?
I would have to say, matter of fact, that's a big question for me, because, it was just back in, I think, October that they told me, October of 2013, that they told me that I couldn't post anymore, and it was because that they thought, as much as they like my videos, because they completely do, it's just that a lot of mistakes have occurred in our videos that we need to fix, and so the accomplishment that James and I need to come up with is I think the make our YouTube videos better, and the only way to do that is perfect, take our time, and just be aware that we can make our videos better at all costs. Otherwise, I think that creating videos was going to be our top thing later in the future for a futuristic job and all that. But it's going to take time, and I think that later on we might have this conclusion of where one person will take this set, another person will take that set, and then we'll continue on with something else. But as of right now, that's not where we're at, because we have to we have to try to accomplish more than we expect already. So yeah.
How do you think your work has changed over the past 2.5 years?
Ever since ever since James and I made this decision to use scripts, because we used scripts before before we were using scripts a lot, but it wasn't enough of using scripts. So James and I finally decided, you know, we're gonna use scripts. You know, we're gonna overcome the fear of like remembering lines, and we want to remember lines because that's part of movie history. Every single movie basically has a script and has lines to remember, and I think that yes, I think that everything is going to completely change, like after we start using scripts now, because you know, later on after you know, we make better movies, I think that more people are going to enjoy what we've done instead of what we've done in the past.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Drew, I just have a few more off-the-cuff questions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, you mentioned a fear of missing lines. Where do you think that comes from?
You know, that's a very, very good question. You know, I would have to say, you know, just like, I think that remembering lines is a very, very big thing, and I think that a lot of people might be actually afraid to, you know, remember, like, let's say, like a 358 page and like a 2 hour and 30-minute movie that's like has so many pages to the script, and people can't remember all that. And movies tend to make a long time to make, and some of them make within about like, I think like, say like 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe even years. But I mean, most of the movies now these days are either post-produced into either like months or just about like a year maybe. And that's the thing where like everything is going to be ballistic, because as James and I know, reading scripts is a complicated like disaster for us, and even though that we absolutely love writing scripts, we love writing poetry, we love like writing stories above all else, and you know, especially movie scripts. I mean, we've written so many of those now, and most of them we didn't even use. But the fact is, it's like we need to start using scripts. But if we use shorter scripts, and then we start off with a short script, and then carry on with like, you know, a medium script, and then a larger script, and then a large one, and then each time that'll basically, I think, overcome our fear of remembering lines.
So kind of build on itself.
Yeah.
Get bigger each time. Okay.
Yeah.
How long would you say is your average YouTube video?
An average YouTube video. You mean like the latest
like
average YouTube video?
In your history of 2.5 years of making videos, if you were to describe to me what an average time of one of your videos is, what would you say?
1 hour, 30 minutes, and 36 seconds.
That's an average video?
You mean like average, like as long?
So average would be like, if you took all your YouTube videos and added them all up,
that's
and then divided by the amount of videos you've made,
Okay.
how long would the average one be, do you think? Was it like 2 minutes? Is it like 5 minutes?
Like how long are all my videos combined together?
No. If you were to take a random video, what would it most likely be in length?
That's a very good question.
We can skip that one if you want.
No, answer. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe like average video. Maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then, Drew, do you have any upcoming projects you can tell us about? Anything in the works with you and James?
Yes. Matter of fact, James and I are working on this brand new documentary that's based on our life together. We're not really sure what the title of it's going to be yet. First we want to try to get through kind of like all the documented stages, and then after that we'll watch it, and then we'll kind of get this kind of like this idea about like what's what's to come with the titles. We have a new Disney movie that we're trying to create. It's going to be animation, but unfortunately we haven't even begun to start writing the script yet. But we've had this idea, and it's called Infinite Wonders.
Okay.
And it's a movie about how like these kind of like all the Disney characters join together, just trying to kind of like stop kind of like this rage of kind of like the most like treacherous Disney villain that's never gotten into the spotlight before. And but this one character in the Disney franchise has never been actually in the spotlight, and besides the villain that's ever been in the spotlight. He is going around traveling into different Disney Mania universes.
Really?
Trying to capture glimpses of when these Disney characters have actually met their match with this villain.
Okay.
And so, and basically each and every single part of each question that he asked the characters, he's going to get one step and more clues closer to finally reaching his match with the main villain. And we're not really sure. Excuse me. So as of right now, we're not really sure who the villain is going to be yet, but we know that it's going to be a villain from, I think, the Epic Mickey video game or something like that.
Okay.
Something like very, very kind of like high tech, such as like in the video game and all that. And obviously, yeah, and you know, it's going to be kind of like the Incredibles movie. Something like that, kind of like action-packed, adventure, comedy too. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
Well, Drew, thank you for your time today.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, and as always, good luck on your YouTube channel.
All right, thank you very much. What, thank you.
Yep.
All right.